Which question were you asking about?
The cycle of start. Yeah, why is
Wait,
it
I think I sent this to you as a this was one of the questions that we liked. Okay, Daya, bismillah.
to start again is not a sentence of death or something
Oh,
like that?
yes. Why starting over isn't a death sentence?
Oh yes, why? That's
I
the
love
sentence.
this. I love this
That's
question.
that was the question. Yes.
Yeah, why
Tell
starting
me
over
why it is
isn't a
not.
death sentence? Because, and I actually have spoken about this before, if you have the opportunity to start anew and unlearn what you learned before and maybe perhaps have a better life than you've lived based on your limitations and your wrong mindset and ideologies, that's a gift and a blessing. Why is that a death sentence?
Our ego associates
It's called cognitive resonance.
very much. We associate losing with death.
Yes.
So if you lost a situation, especially with an emotional loss, when you lose a partner,
Yes.
there is a
yes.
sense of void and death there. But I'm talking about loss in general.
Yeah.
Loss of your work, loss of your company, loss of your business, loss
A
of
friend, whatever
a
it
friend,
is.
loss of. You see, the minute you understand that life is a cyclical gift,
Yes.
it's there are cycles that start and end.
Yes.
And one of my masters once said, it's compartments, it's rooms beyond rooms. You go from one room to the other.
And it's never
But
ending.
but when you are in a chamber or a room, you think that the walls are the limits,
Yes.
but it's not.
Yes.
You'll move to the other room, and it's not a room; it's a hall.
Yes.
You move to the other room, but it's not a hall; it's a palace.
Yes. Can I add to that as well? I think it's also very egotistical to think that starting over is a death sentence, and I'll explain why.
Absolutely.
Because you think that everything you knew was the ceiling, like you said, and the limit and the ultimate truth. And starting over means you have to accept that you were wrong and perhaps there is a different way. And your inability to accept that and only recognize it as a death sentence is an extreme egotistical attachment to your limited mindset that has clearly failed you.
Which is a form of death that has to die. So you see the life which
Death sentence is different because a death sentence means there's no rebirth, there's no starting anew, there's no blooming and blossoming once more, right? So I think that was the question of why people think sometimes starting over means that's it, 6 feet under, locked in the
Absolutely.
grave, done.
Think of it as plants and their seeds. We live in a desert area. Plants seem to either. It's a very natural phenomenon. They die by the end of the season, and they
Yeah.
leave behind them their seeds.
Yeah.
And that's the way life treats us. Regardless how old you are, the cycle is just starting and starts and ends. That's why in our tradition, if you know that it's the end of time and you have a seedling or a plant in your hand or a seed in your hand, go plant it.
Can I also add something else? Bismillah. I will say another thing just to answer why starting over isn't a death sentence. It's reminding me of one of my favorite quotes by Al-Mutanabbi. إذا لم يكن من الموت بد فمن العار أن تموت جبانا. Life is extremely cyclical. You're absolutely right. You die in more ways than one every day if you
Every
think about
day.
it. And to me, if death is inevitable, if I see rock bottom and it's about to start over, فمن العار أن تموت جبانا. It is a shame to die a coward.
It's a shame to die.
Accept it.
Accept
And
it.
it's cowards are the most egotistical creatures.
Absolutely.
So I'll take it. Kill me and rebirth. Let's go.
Wow.
Because there's a whole new world out there. And that's how I got to where I am now. Every part of me had to die to get to where I am now. And it is, I can't emphasize it enough, the most beautiful experience in the world. And then I also had to accept, and this is something I'm very, very grateful for, I refuse to be weighed down by a past that no longer belongs to me. Even though it is very much my past, and this is where depression arises. They're very attached by a past that no longer belongs to them.
Alhamdulillah.
Does that make sense?
Very much. Very much.
So that is why
I hope that
starting
answered
over
the
is not a
question.
death sentence. Okay.